something's been bothering me a little bit. I have it in the back of my mind with the midterms coming up in politics and getting so involved, just the actions. I'm reminded of this scene. Do you remember this scene, though, from Captain America, Civil War?
Secretary Ross has a Congressional Medal of Honor, which is one more than you have.
So let's say we agree to this thing. How long is it going to be before they LoJack us like a bunch of common criminals?
117 countries want to sign this. 117, Sam, and you're just like, no, it's cool, we got
How
it.
long are you going to play both sides?
I have an equation.
Oh, this will clear it up.
In the 8 years since Mr. Stark announced himself as Iron Man, the number of known enhanced persons has grown exponentially. And during the same period, the number of potentially world-ending events has risen at a commensurate rate.
He's saying it's our fault?
I'm saying there may be a causality. Our very strength invites challenge. Challenge incites conflict. Conflict breeds catastrophe. Oversight. Oversight is not an idea that can be dismissed out of hand.
Boom.
See, in the scene, Vision discusses the need for oversight of the Avengers. He presents an equation. It's based on observed patterns. If you missed it, though, he says, our very strength incites challenge. Challenge incites conflict, and conflict breeds catastrophe. He argues that unchecked power, even heroic power, disrupts equilibrium, that leads to escalating threats, and suggests that some form of accountability or limitation helps maintain broader stability and prevents worse outcomes. Now, the notion that there are always two sides to every matter runs deep in human thought, appearing across cultures and philosophies in everyday discourse, from the ancient Chinese concept of yin and yang to the modern political divide between the Republicans and the Democrats, and even the moral opposition of good versus evil. Duality shapes how we perceive reality, and this video explores the persistence of this idea, its value in fostering balance and understanding, and its limitations when applied too rigidly. At its core, duality reflects a fundamental pattern in nature and experience. I mentioned yin and yang, perhaps the most elegant expression of this principle. It describes complementary opposites that are interdependent rather than antagonistic. Now, going forward with this is not a mere opposition, but dynamic harmony. Extremes give rise to each other, and true wholeness emerges from their interplay. Many traditions portray good and evil as intertwined forces. Without evil, good loses definition. Suffering often reveals virtue, and temptation tests character. In some philosophical views, good and evil are not separate entities locked in eternal war, but two aspects of the same reality. Like light and shadow, the absence of one renders the other meaningless, much like how courage emerges in the face of fear. The duality encourages humility. Recognizing our own capacity for both light and darkness prevents self-righteous judgment. In contemporary politics, the Republican-Democrat divide exemplifies duality in action. The two major U.S. parties often present themselves as polar opposite. One emphasizes individual liberty, one limited government and traditional values, the other prioritizing collective welfare, social progress, and institutional reform. Debates over taxation, immigration, healthcare, and cultural issues frequently reduce it down to binary choices. But I'm here to tell you there's so much more than just that. The common proverb, there are two sides to every story, captures a practical application of this thinking. However, here at Truth Between Lines, I always see that there are three sides. There's one person's side, there's the other person's sides, and then there's the truth. It urges fairness before judging a conflict. Listen to both perspectives. In disputes, from personal arguments to legal cases, one-sided accounts often distort truth through bias, omission, or emotion. And hearing the opposing view reveals context, motivations, and nuances that a single narrative conceals. This habit promotes empathy and wiser decisions, countering the human tendency toward confirmation bias. Now, reducing conflict issues down to Republican versus Democrat ignores the independents. It ignores the moderates, the nuanced positions that fall outside the binary. It fosters this tribalism, this us versus them, and discourages compromise. Many society challenges, from climate change to economic inequality, demand multidimensional solutions rather than choosing one tribe over the other. Ultimately, though, duality offers profound insight, but is not the whole picture. Now, recognizing that two sides foster humility, dialogue, and a balance, This wisdom lies in knowing when to move beyond the binary, when more than one perspective exists, when one side holds disproportionate truth, or when synthesis transcends opposition altogether. The universe may present itself in pairs, yet reality often unfolds in spectra, cycles, and unities. Embracing duality as a tool rather than a cage allows us to navigate complexity with greater clarity and compassion. There are often three sides, and sometimes more, sometimes one, but understanding their dance brings us closer to the truth. So if you like this, please like and subscribe. Stick around to watch some of the other videos and kind of understand what's happening in the balances around us. As we decide to go to vote, are we looking at all of it? Are we only signing up red versus blue? Are we looking at everything? That's my challenge to you. Put it in the comments, let me know what you think. And that's the truth between lines.
Between the lines.